If you're thinking about buying a home, stop. Before you make a decision that could cost you thousands of dollars, let me show you the types of homes you should never buy. From remediated grow-ops to homes in flood zones, I'll tell you what to avoid and why. Trust me, these mistakes could cost you more than just money. They could affect your lifestyle and peace of mind. Stick around because this information could save you from a home buying nightmare. And starting with number 1 are homes that were former grow-ops or remediated grow-ops. Homes that were previously used as grow-ops can come with hidden issues, even if they've been remediated. The risks include mold and high humidity, compromised electrical systems due to illegal modifications, and lingering structural damage. These problems can lead to costly repairs, health hazards, and even difficulties with getting a mortgage or home insurance. If you're considering such a property, it's crucial to get a thorough inspection by specialists who can identify past grow-op damage and ensure the home has been properly restored to safe and legal standards. You'll also want to check with the city to make sure that they're aware of the past grow-op and that they've signed off on any remediation. And before we go on to the next one, if you're getting any value out of this video, please drop a like. And if you'd like to stay up to date on my future videos, hit that subscribe button. And if you or anyone you know happen to be looking in the Kelowna area to buy, sell, or invest, there is a link down below in the description to book a one-on-one call with me there. Or if it's easier for you, simply shoot me a text message. I'll put the number on the screen. Number 2, we have homes that are near dumps or waste facilities. Living near a dump or a waste facility can bring unexpected issues that impact quality of life. The risks include unpleasant odors, increased pests like flies and rodents, and potentially higher noise levels from trucks and machinery. These factors can make everyday living uncomfortable and often lower property values in these areas. To avoid these drawbacks, check the surrounding area on the map before buying and considering how close you're willing to live to these waste facilities, as even a few kilometers can make a big difference in comfort and resale value. And next up, we have homes that are near airports. Living near an airport might seem convenient for frequent travelers, but it comes with a significant downside that can affect daily life and property values as well. The risks include constant noise from air traffic takeoffs and landings, vibrations that can rattle windows and walls, and the potential for higher air pollution levels. This level of disruption can make it difficult to relax at home, impact sleep quality, and even lower resale value due to the undesirable location. Before purchasing such a property, consider how much of an impact airport proximity could have on comfort and long-term property values, if those are important to you. And next up, we have homes in flood zones. In areas near lakes or other low-lying regions, homes may face a higher risk of flooding due to heavy rain or snowmelt, leading to costly damage to foundations, basements, and electrical systems. This can also result in significantly higher insurance premiums. To avoid these risks, make sure to check flood zone maps and consider flood mitigation options like installing proper drainage systems or choosing a home at a higher elevation. Next up, we have wildfire-prone homes. Proximity to forest and rural areas makes certain homes more vulnerable to wildfires, which could lead to higher insurance costs, the need for potential evacuations, or even destruction of property. If you're buying in these areas, it's important to research wildfire hazard maps and prioritize homes with fire-resistant landscaping and materials to reduce these risks. And next up, we have older homes without updates. Many older homes, especially those built in the 1960s or earlier, may still have outdated wiring, plumbing, or insulation, which can lead to inefficiency and even safety hazards like asbestos or lead paint. This can result in high renovation costs. Always make sure to get a thorough inspection focused on electrical, plumbing, and structural integrity before buying an older home. And next, we have homes with poorly done renovations. Some homes have undergone quick or poorly done renovations without permits or attention to detail, leading to problems with structure, electrical systems, or plumbing down the line. These issues can result in costly repairs, so it's essential to ask for documentation of any renovations that have been done, including permits, and hire a certified inspector to ensure the quality of the work. Now, this next one's kind of a funny one, but Steep driveway properties. Many homes in hilly areas come with steep driveways, which can be challenging during the winter months if you do live in an area with a lot of snow. Especially when ice and snow make them hazardous, this could lead to accidents or the need for frequent and costly snow removal. To avoid these issues, consider homes with flat or gently sloped driveways, or invest in a heated driveway system to make winter easier to manage, if that's in the budget. And carrying on, we have homes near major construction zones. If you're considering buying near a major construction zone, you may face years of noise, dust, and traffic disruptions, which can lower your quality of life and even affect the value of your home if you happen to be selling when the construction is taking place. To avoid this, review city plans and zoning maps to ensure that no large-scale developments are planned nearby or the potential for major future development. Next up, we have homes with poor sun exposure. Some homes, particularly those in valleys or near the mountains, might not get enough sunlight during the winter months, leaving them feeling dark and cold. This can lead to higher heating costs and even affect your mood. When house hunting, visit the home at different times of the day to assess its natural light and prioritize properties with good sun exposure, especially during the wintertime. Now, on the flip side of that, try to avoid homes with too much sun exposure, especially here in the Okanagan. Homes with too much sun exposure, especially those with large south or west facing windows, can become uncomfortably hot during the summer months. This can lead to higher air conditioning costs and potential fading of interior furnishings. Excessive heat can also make outdoor spaces like patios or decks unusable during the peak hours. To avoid these issues, look for homes with proper shading solutions like trees, awnings, or UV protective windows, and consider how the home's orientation affects energy efficiency and comfort throughout the year. Next, we have condos with unstable stratas. Buying a condo with an unstable or poorly managed strata can lead to unexpected fees for major repairs, sudden increases in monthly dues, or conflicts among owners. These situations can become financial headaches. Before purchasing, thoroughly review strata meeting minutes, budgets, and the reserve fund to ensure the building is being properly managed. And in relation to stratas, we have homes with shared walls or insufficient soundproofing. Townhomes, condos, duplexes, fourplexes, etc. have shared walls, and if the soundproofing is poor, you could be dealing with a constant noise from your neighbors. So when viewing these types of properties, be sure to ask about soundproofing or prioritize newer buildings where construction standards have improved. Now, that being said, you also want to check on the insulation on the newer builds as well. I've been into a few of them and the soundproofing actually isn't that great, and the older buildings are better, but overall make sure you do your due diligence if that is important to you. And next up, we have properties with water issues. Homes in areas with poor drainage systems or those located near water sources may suffer from basement flooding, water accumulation, or even mold problems. Water damage can lead to expensive repairs and potential health issues from mold growth. It's important to have a detailed inspection focused on water drainage and foundations, especially in homes near lakes and rivers. Next up, we have homes in high traffic or noisy areas. Properties located near major roads, highways, or busy commercial districts often experience constant traffic noises and congestion. This can diminish the home's appeal, lower its value, and reduce your quality of life. To avoid these problems, visit the home during different times of day, especially during rush hour, to get a feel for the noise levels. Next, we have homes with poor resale value potential. Some homes, due to their design, location, or features, may not appreciate in value over time, making it harder to sell or to get a good return on investment. This can be a significant financial setback. Always consider the long-term growth potential of the neighborhood and the home's features when making a purchase to ensure you're buying in an area with good market demand. That being said, if you're looking for a deal, these types of homes are typically cheaper, but just know that when you go to resell that property, it may not appreciate in value as much overall as the homes in other areas that are more desirable. And not only the home, we have homes in areas without future growth. Buying a home in an area with little future growth potential can limit both lifestyle options and property value. Neighborhoods without planned infrastructure, improvements, commercial developments, or new amenities may become stagnant over time, which can result in lower demand and limited resale potential. Living in a place with few nearby services and entertainment options can also feel isolating and inconvenient, especially as other areas of the city continue to develop. To avoid this, with assistance from your realtor, research local development plans, talk to city planners, and aim to buy in neighborhoods where future growth will support property value and enhance your quality of life. Next up, we have homes with foundation or structural issues. Older homes or those built in areas with unstable soil may have foundation cracks or structural issues that compromise the safety of the property. Fixing these problems can be very costly, and if left untreated, they may render the home unsellable. Make sure to get a thorough structural inspection from a certified engineer if there are any doubts about the home's foundation. Next, we have homes with insufficient insulation. Poor insulation, especially in older homes, can make it difficult to maintain comfortable temperatures during hot summers and during cold winters. This leads to high energy costs. Insufficient insulation may also make the home feel drafty or cold. Always check the insulation levels in the attic and walls, and consider homes that have undergone energy efficient upgrades. And of course, if you're purchasing a home, always get a home inspection. Next, we have homes with poor water access rights. Waterfront homes, like here in the Okanagan, may come with unclear or restricted water access rights, which can be problematic if you expect private lake access for personal use. You might find that you can't install docks, use the waterfront as expected, or even end up in disputes with neighbors over shared access points. Before making a purchase, always check the legal documentation to ensure water access rights are clearly defined, and look into any restrictions around dock installation or lake usage. Now, this next one will hit home if for anyone looking to move to the Okanagan, and that's homes in overly touristic areas. Living near top tourist attractions like wineries, golf courses, or waterfront spots might sound appealing, but during peak tourist seasons, these areas can become congested with traffic, noise, and crowds. This can affect your quality of life if you're looking for peace and quiet. And if you value peace and quiet, it's better to avoid properties in the most touristic parts of the city and opt for more residential neighborhoods that won't be overrun by seasonal visitors. Next, we have properties in Agricultural Land Reserve or ALR zones. Properties located within the Agricultural Land Reserve, where strict regulations govern what you can or can't do with the land. This can be limiting if you want to plan to build additional structures, subdivide the property, or use it for non-agricultural purposes. These restrictions could affect the long-term potential of your property, so it's important to research the ALR rules and understand limitations before committing to buying in such an area. Next up, we have homes built on slopes or cliffside properties. Stunning views often come with homes built on slopes or cliffs, which can pose significant risks like soil erosion and landslides. Maintaining these properties might require expensive retaining walls and ongoing erosion control, adding to your costs. Before purchasing a hillside or cliffside property, always get a geotechnical inspection to ensure the land is stable, and prepare for the additional cost to maintain the home and protect it from potential land movement. Next is homes with unreliable water sources. Now, this is more related to rural areas. Some homes rely on wells or alternative water sources that might not be reliable, particularly during dry seasons. This could leave you dealing with costly water hauling or insufficient water during peak usage periods in the summertime. Be sure to check the reliability of the water source, verifying flow rates, and ensure there are backup options available before committing to a rural property. And to go along with that, we have homes with older septic systems. Many rural properties use septic systems, and if these systems are outdated or haven't been maintained, They can lead to unpleasant odors, environmental hazards, and expensive repairs. A failing septic system can also result in fines for contamination or needing a complete replacement. To avoid these issues, always get the septic system inspected before buying and budget for any potential upgrade to meet modern environmental standards. Now, this video is not meant to scare you out of home ownership, and you might be perfectly okay buying a lot of these different types of properties. But when buying a home, it's important to be aware of these potential pitfalls so you can make an informed decision. Always prioritize thorough inspections, research future neighborhood growth, and don't hesitate to ask questions about potential risks. By being diligent, you can avoid common home buying mistakes and ensure you're making a smart investment. And if you happen to be looking for a home in my area of Kelowna, British Columbia, and you're wondering what is the cost of living in this area, check out my next video over here.